So now we are live on Substack. We are also live on the Clock app. So do me a favor, if you're already in the room, go ahead and hit that share button, repost button. Hello, Goddess Jacqueline Lemon on Substack. Um, oh, thank you. Thank you for being part of it. I really appreciate you. So go ahead, hit the share button. Go ahead and let's fill the room with hearts, with love, with gratitude, whatever you got. Because you know what? We are here. We are here right now. We are here together. And let's face it, it is a blessing to open up our eyes. Not everybody did. And so I just give thanks. I give thanks. Oftentimes when I finish my morning workout, oh, thank you. I want another one. I want a different shade of yellow, but yes, I love it. Um, Greetings. So yeah, when I finish my morning workout, I oftentimes sit near my altar and just, drink my water and have gratitude, moments of gratitude, because, everything is not perfect in none of our lives. I'm sure we've all have our own ebbs and flows, ups and downs, and everything else. Thank you. We have all those things, but you know what? Every day that we get above ground is another opportunity for life, for everything to change, right? For us to be able to have the things that we desire, for us to work toward what we're passionate about, what our purpose is. So I want us to always just remember that and hold that gratitude close to us. Because like I said, I know it gets hard because life be lifing so hard sometimes. So hard, right? But in the midst of lifing, remember that life loves us, right? Remember that we are loved and supported always by the universe, by our righteous and elevated ancestors, our spirit guides, all of our spirit team that walks with us on a regular, right? And in that, we also include our higher selves, because yes, the spirit part of us walks with us as well, loves and supports us as well. All right, so let's get down to it. Let's get down on it. Get down on it with this message. So I have been talking about why aren't there more mainstream Black coaches and healers? What I think, and I'm just going to tell y'all, there's so much that I could say. So much more. Like all the posts that I've done on Substack, I I could truly go so much deeper, and I really want to, and I probably will, knowing me, because this is something that I can't let it go, because I really want us to do better in this sense. So today I actually I posted it last night, but today I'm going to talk about part 3, because there's 3 parts and we've already gone through 1 and 2. So let's just talk about part 3, which is now live on my Substack page. So feel free to go and check it out when you have the time. So I asked the question of, where are our Black mainstream life coaches? Where are they? What's happening? Why don't we see more? Now, I saw so my mentor is Abiola Abrams. Okay, she's been my mentor for years, and I adore her. And she is becoming a little more mainstream because, she has all these beautiful oracle decks, the books that she's published. and the teachings that she gives, the medicine she puts into this world for women, for her spiritpreneurs. She's becoming more mainstream, which I'm happy about. Very happy about that, very proud of her. But I want more of us in these spaces. More of us need to be in these spaces, right? You know, me and my bestie used to talk all the time, and we still do sometimes, of how I wish there was a Black Hay House, you know, instead of the Hay House that we know that puts out all the beautiful publishings of card decks, planners, books, etc. I wish there was a Black version of that would really push out all the Black creators that create oracle decks and tarot decks, and the ones who create different courses and publishings and things like that. So, you know, I hope that one day someone gets the inspiration to start something like that for us in our community. But one of the things that came up when I posed the question of where are the Black coaches, where are the Black healers that are in mainstream, one of the things that came up was, number one, the trust factor. Hello, Sativa Diva. I'm probably saying your name wrong, and I'm sorry. Hey, Goddess Woman, Mama. The trust factor. So one of the things that for us is we do have trust issues, because look at the mental health circles, right? Look how long it took for us to have more Black therapists, right? For Black people to even go to therapy and feel safe enough to do that. It's taken us years to get to that, because, you know, when I was coming up, we didn't talk about going to therapy. And if it ever came up, we'd be like, okay, well, that's some white folk shit. White people do that. We don't do that. We don't go to therapy. We go to Jesus. We don't go to therapy. We go to Jesus. And, you know, even though I can't stand this man now, I used to watch him. But in the words of Dr. Phil, how's that working for you? Because there's so much trauma that's in our DNA that there's no way that we would not be or would not need some kind of mental health treatment at some point, right? So we're becoming more accepting of that. We're becoming more of seeing more therapists in those circles that are Black, right? Whether they be male, female, or somewhere in between, they are there. And that is wonderful. I'm happy that we have that, right? So that was one of the points that one of my friends on TikTok had brought up. She was like, well, you know, it took us a long time to get to that point of being able to trust and step out and utilize the resources from as far as a mental health perspective. So I think that that's also, excuse me, plays into how it is hard for us to trust someone to be able to invest that money and say, hey, I need you to coach me with this, that, and the third, or whatever that coach is offering. You are seeing a lot more Black women and Black men, but a lot of Black women stepping into the role of coach. And I am so happy about that. But to be honest, it's just like I talked about before. We don't get the blessing of the algorithm pushing our stuff out. We also don't get all of the support from our own community that we should be getting. You know, we have to work a lot harder to get ourselves out there to, you know, be able to make lasting impressions, connections, and all those different things. So the other piece of this is the scarcity mindset that a lot of Black people have, our own money blocks that we have that keeps us from wanting to invest in something that is that can essentially help us. And I get it. Here's because I had pause. I really did before I hired my first coach. Excuse me. It's because I was thinking, I was like, well, what if I do this and I get nothing out of this? And then I'm out of all this money and I didn't get what I paid for. What if it doesn't work out? What if, and all these what ifs start playing in our mind. But here's the thing. It's like I was talking about on yesterday. We have to turn on that discernment. We can't keep going by an aesthetic just because we scroll on social media. We see this 1-minute clip of this person and they seem to have like all these followers and everything else. I would have to say that that's not always an indication that that person is for you, or that that person knows what they're talking about, or that they, have any, because I'm just going to be honest. I know a lot of people who have very big social media presence, but they are not pulling the paying clients that they really want to be pulling. They have all the numbers otherwise. People are subscribing to their Substack. They're reading their articles. They're watching their videos. They're looking at their YouTube. They're following them on TikTok. They're doing the people are doing the things. But where we fall flat is we have to understand that there's the audience and then there's community. The audience are the people who are watching. They watch, they might read your stuff, they may like something, they'll have like a little slight engagement or whatever. But your community, those are the people who are like, I gotta have more of that person. I want to see more of that person. She is talking to me. She's speaking my language. This is the person that I need to hire right now because I have got to make a change in my life, and she's going to be the one to do that. Hello, Goddess Pals. Come on in, sis. And that is the thing. I love when I have someone that comes to me and says, you were talking to me on that post, so I just had to book a Reiki session with you or a reading with you, or what kind of coaching sessions do you offer, etc. I live for those moments. But you know what else I live for? I also live for those referrals from other people who have either worked with me or they've seen my work and feel like I would be a good fit for someone else. Goddess Jacqueline on Substack says, yes, I've asked myself often, should I create Hay House type YouTube videos? Why not? Yeah, from an Afrocentric perspective. Absolutely, sis. I say do it. If that's been on your mind and your heart, I say do it. What do you have to lose by doing that? What do you have to lose by doing that? Stepping out and making that decision to go for it. Because why not? Because we have all these mediocre non-Black people out here making big money. And a lot of times they're making the big money off of us. But because we don't trust each other, because we feel like, a Black person can't be the expert on money. A Black person can't be the expert that takes me from, lack of confidence into confidence, which, by the way, that's my arena. I have my coaching program that is based on 3 things: That is clarity, consistency, and confidence. I can help you in all three of those because they all build off of each other. Ask me how. But let's go back to the scarcity mindset. You know, a lot of times we have that scarcity mindset where it's like, I'm already struggling and you want me to sit here and give you all this money to do this. And let me just say that when I hired my first coach, I was fresh off of unemployment. I had just started my job and putting my life back together because I had lost everything. I lost my apartment. I lost my car. I was living in my mama's living room, sleeping. You know, luckily I brought my bed and set it up in her living room so I didn't have to like sleep on the floor or on the couch. But yeah, I was sleeping in my mama's living room. So at that point, I had already lost everything. So I had nothing else to lose. I had nothing else to lose. So I was like, okay, I'm going to spend this money. I'm scared, very scared, because it was expensive. It was very pricey. It was in the thousands of dollars. I got on a payment plan. And I was like, I need a car. Don't know how all this is going to come together because I need a car to get to this new job. Because at the time, there was no work from home for this particular job. You had to go into the office. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get to work. Don't know how I'm going to do all this. But you know what? Again, I have nothing else to lose. I've lost it all already. So I just went for it. And I bet on myself. And I regret none of it because it helped me build my confidence. It helped show me how to put my Reikipreneur business together, gave me great information to help me to be able to pass down to the Reikipreneurs that work with me. And a Reikipreneur is a Reiki practitioner who is an entrepreneur, but that's not just limited to Reiki. It's for whatever your spiritual, holistic medicine that you offer. That's what I do. So another concern that came up was, what if these Black coaches who become mainstream sell out? Because, I mean, let's face it, we have witnessed the craziness of people like Stormy Wellington talking about a low vibration plate. I mean, what the hell was that? It's like, you are the one serving that food, ma'am. So what is a low vibration plate? Because if I'm not mistaken, that was one of her events. And if that's her event and you hired the caterer to serve this kind of food, what did you think people was going to eat? You should have chose a different menu if you going to sit and do all that. And how dare you say something like that to a person who's probably paid thousands of dollars to work with you? And what did they get from that? Humiliation? Did they learn anything? So I get it. Yes, drop those limiting beliefs. That's right. So I get it. And then we have people like Cheyenne Bryant. I refuse to say doctor until I know otherwise that she is one. And those are just the two most recent. But we can't let those two and other small amounts of those that are like that stop us from investing in ourselves in a way that can help further ourselves. Because I'm going to be honest, when I was searching for a Reiki master to teach me Reiki, when I was searching for a coach to help me with my confidence, build my spiritual business, I had never done coaching before. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I started blogging, and then before I knew it, you know, people were wanting me to coach them and teach them and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to get somebody to show me how to do this because I have no idea. I'm pissing in the wind over here. So I had to hire somebody, but you know what my prerequisite was for Reiki? I knew I didn't want nobody white teaching me Reiki. Don't you? Nope. I don't need you teaching me nothing. I knew I didn't really want a black life coach at that time. I mean, a white life coach at that time, because I needed to learn from someone who can identify with some of the same limiting belief systems that are embedded in us as Black people. I needed somebody who also faces a lot of the challenges that I know that I would end up facing as a Black woman. I needed someone who looked like me to take me by the hand and be like, sis, I've been where you've been. Let me show you how I did it. Now, that way you can find your way. Hello, Goddess Opulent. Welcome in, sis. And thank you. That can show me that. Who else to teach me something than somebody who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, who understands what I, as a Black woman, can go through, do go through. So that is why I feel like who else would be a better candidate for us than someone who looks like us. But again, we have to go to and use our discernment. And we can't just go on aesthetic only. We can't just go by the fact that this person has a big following, because that a lot of times means absolutely nothing. My former pastor used to always say, if you really want to know if that person is really true to what they're doing, look for the fruit of what they do. If they're not bearing any fruit, and if they can't show you and give you their real life experience, because I'm very raw and real. I'm very vulnerable. I share stuff with my clients about my life because I feel like you can learn from it. Now, I don't tell all my business, but I tell the parts that are relevant because I want to be able to show you you're not alone in this walk. I've been there. I may not have done exactly the same, but if there's something similar in my walk that can help you in yours, I'm going to share it. So, what if they become too mainstream to where they sell out and their messaging gets watered down, and, they become where they act like they not Black no more or whatever. And you know what? We do run the risk of that. But how many times do we see entertainers do that? And yet we still support them. We still go to their movies, still go to their concerts. I mean, hell, it's some really, 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 really toxic performers, singers who are currently on tour that we support constantly. You'll pay your money, you will crawl through hell in a gasoline G-string to go see them people. So if you give your money for that, if you're willing to invest and put your money into that, then you can do that for a Black coach, a Black healer, a Black reader, a Black creative, someone that's going to take you to another level. So where does this leave us as a people? As this series is starting to come to an end, but it's not. I already know there's going to be more, because there's so much for me to teach from this. There's so much, and I've actually enjoyed this series. I don't know about y'all. I have enjoyed this because it's showing me where I can do more as a coach and a healer to help my people find their way, not necessarily to me, because if we're not in alignment, I might not be the person for you. But I want this to encourage you to take the faith the size of a mustard seed and bet on yourself and give that Black coach a chance that you feel, because you've been gravitating to them, you've been reading their stuff, you've been listening to them. They make you think about stuff and you're like, oh my God, this person is talking to me. But then as soon as you go on their website, you look at what they offer, you looked at the price, and then you're like, ugh, I can't do that. I can't do it. Now, I'm going to say this. Sometimes, no, you don't have the money. But you know what? You can manifest it. You can manifest it. You manifest stuff already. We all think that we're not manifestors. We manifest stuff all the time. Whatever you concentrate on, that's what you bring to yourself. So if you're constantly thinking about scarcity, lack of money, lack of resources, if your mind immediately goes to doom and gloom, that's not going to work. I can't afford it. I can't, do this. I can't do that. They, whoever they are, won't let me, I can't have that. That's not for me. If that's like, even as I'm saying these statements, I'm like, God, hurry up and get off of that, because that is so like low vibrational. If we sit and wallow in those things, we'll never get anything done. We'll never get anything done. We'll never be able to go to the level that we are ascending to. So I had posted on my Substack the 2 cards that we pulled yesterday. And I really feel it is necessary for us to release these old stories, these old mindsets, these old stories, because they're keeping us stuck. We're replaying these things in our heads over and over and over again regarding like I said, the trust factor, the scarcity, the, all of those pieces, all of those parts. We've got to release those old stories, because the story that's becoming is far greater for you. And there's a lot more at the end of this than what you are allowing to come in for yourself right now, because you can't let those old stories go. So I wanted to share something from my book real quick, if y'all don't mind. I mean, you're here. And this is from my book, The 7 Steps to Spiritual Liberation for Black Women, Healing Beyond Religion, and Reconnecting to the Divine on Your Own Terms. Because I talk about the divine balance within, because we discussed divine masculine and feminine. Hello, Divergent One. Welcome in. So this part of the book is called Return to Love. Remember the divine balance within. Returning to love has been the most sacred parts of my journey, because love, true divine love, is balance. It's the reunion of divine feminine and divine masculine within us. These energies are not separate or opposites. They are complementary, intertwined, sacred reflections of the Creator's fullness expressed through us. Growing up in church, I was only taught to see one side of God, the masculine, the Father, the Lord, the King. That's who we were taught to pray to worship, to fear. The feminine, the nurturer, the life giver, the intuitive mother of creation, was erased. And because of that, so many of us lost touch with those qualities within ourselves. We learned to see our softness as weakness, our sensitivity as a flaw, our emotions as something to hide. But when I started my journey of self-acceptance, I began to feel her again, the divine feminine. She lives in the flow of emotion, in creativity, in intuition, in the ability to receive. She whispers in the quiet moments, reminding me that I am allowed to rest, to feel, to receive love instead of always giving it. That receiving is not weakness, it's sacred surrender. In my video, Return to Love, the divine feminine, I talked about how all life begins as female. Every embryo starts that way. The feminine is the foundation, the womb of creation. To deny her is to deny the source, and we learn to embrace her again. We remember what love feels like. She is compassion. She is communication. She is forgiveness and flow. She is the part of God that reminds us it's okay to be vulnerable and radiant at the same time. The divine masculine, on the other hand, is not about control or dominance. It's the strength that holds space for the feminine to flow. It's protection, courage, wisdom, and discipline, not force, but foundation. In Return to Love, the divine masculine within, I spoke about how this energy, when balanced, provides direction without ego, leadership without domination, and structure without rigidity. When these two energies dance together, the divine masculine and feminine, they create harmony within the soul. The masculine provides the container, the feminine fills it, with light. The masculine acts, the feminine allows. The masculine builds, the feminine births. Together they mirror the rhythm of the universe itself. Now I read that because that is what I hope for all of us to learn to balance. Thank you. I want us to learn to balance that and to see that within Black coaches and healers, we are here to bring you back to center, to balance those energies so that you can shine your light from within. Don't look at Black life coaches, Black healers as scam artists who just want to make money off of you. Now, don't get it twisted. Yes, I want to make money. Who the hell doesn't want to make money? Show me anybody right now that don't want to make money. We live in a capitalistic society, and there ain't shit we can do about that right now. Because as it stands, your mortgage or rent, your utilities, your car payment, your car insurance, home insurance, all those things that you have to pay on a regular, don't give any fucks about where that money come from. It just needs to be paid. And what we have to get in our heads is that healers, coaches, readers have a right to be compensated so that they can continue to serve the community. And that is what it comes down to. We don't think that healers and coaches who are Black deserve to be paid and compensated for their time, their talent, and everything that they give that serves the community. I am extra passionate about Black women stepping into their power and becoming the woman that they have always dreamed of becoming. No more sitting back, watching everybody else be blessed, watching everybody else do their thing, wondering, when can I do it? You can do it now. You can do it now. No more sitting back and being like, well, I'm Black, I'm light skinned, I'm dark skinned, I'm brown, I'm fat, I'm skinny, I'm old, I'm young, my teeth are crooked, my teeth are straight, my hair is long, I got 4C. We just stop. Because in truth, the only person that's stopping you is you. That's it. And when that portal opened up in 2020 and that shift started to happen, I am thoroughly convinced that was the beginning of something real for all of us. And when the ancestors spoke and told us it is time for us to sit down from taking care of everybody else in this world and concentrate on us, our community, building up, reclaiming the wealth that is rightfully ours, reclaiming the place in this world that is rightfully ours. We have got to get past our old stories so that the new stories can become, period. And we are wasting so much time stabbing each other in the back, not trusting each other, not investing in ourselves, wallowing in self-pity and self-doubt. We are wasting precious time. Precious time. And I'm here to invite you right now to stop. Stop wasting time. Stop looking at yourself as someone who can't do something just because of whatever excuse that you keep giving that you can't do something. Because if you can make a way to feed yourself and your family, if you can make a way to go and spend money on seeing your favorite entertainer, movie, or whatever, if you can find that, you can find it within yourself to invest in you because you are worthy of it. There's not enough money in this world that represents the value that is within you right now. Everyone that's watching this, put your hand on your womb space right now. Put your hand there. Because worlds are right there. I don't care if you've had a hysterectomy. I don't care if you've been told that you can't have children, that you've never given birth to children, or whatever. It doesn't matter. As a woman, within your womb space, there is magic. There's creation. I just told you about what divine feminine and masculine, what their positions are. You are very much a part of that. In there is light. In there is creativity. In there is life. And it's not necessarily just life as in birthing a baby. It's the life of what you are here to put on this earth. Greetings, Dr. Michelle. The question becomes, are you willing to step out and take a chance on the creation that is burning your belly right now, waiting to be birthed? That is the question. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't do this, so I'm letting you know my calendar is wide open. Get in my calendar. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Don't worry about your money. Don't worry about what something might cost you. Let that be the last thought. Let the first thought be, it's my time, and let me see what can happen. Let me step out into the possibilities. I'm not gonna damn myself. I'm not gonna thank you. I'm not gonna, talk myself out of a blessing anymore. Because even if I'm not the person that you choose, I know plenty of Black coaches and healers that are just waiting for you, that are ready, willing, and able to help take you wherever it is that you're trying to go in your journey. I want to encourage you to do that. So everybody, let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose Out through the mouth. Yes, Dr. Michelle. So I want to know, how are y'all feeling about this series? Have you enjoyed this series? Have you been keeping up with it? If you haven't, that's fine. You can always go and get yourself caught up. You can go to my YouTube channel, Substack. However, thank you. Thank you, Bounty Bliss. Bounty and Bliss. I love that. But I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed doing it. I've enjoyed this series so very much. And I just need y'all to know, every time that you are here, I always get this feeling in me that somebody is just sitting and waiting for someone to give you permission to move. And let me go ahead and give you permission, sis. Move. Make your move. Yes, it is, Goddess. Make your move. Because what you desire is waiting for you. This is something that just keeps coming up every time I do this. Whatever it is that you're afraid of, look it in the face and say, you don't scare me. Even though you might not feel that right now. But whatever it is that's the fear that's holding you back, that's keeping you from fully shining as bright as you possibly can because of who you are and whose you are. Look that fear in the face and be like, you don't scare me. I'm tired of you getting the best of me. You're not getting the best of me no more. You're not. You're not going to slow me down no more. You don't live here no more. You might be here, but I'm going to let you motivate me instead of stop me. I'm going to let you motivate me and not stop me. Because if you'll just take a step, the staircase will appear. I promise you. It's so hard. That first step is so hard. But I promise you, if you take that step and bet on yourself, no matter in what capacity that means for you, I promise you, the staircase will appear. It will. It's always been there. And it's really not that it's magically showing up. It's always been there. You can't see it because you got to push so much of your fears and limiting beliefs out of the way. That's why you can't see it. That's why the staircase seems hidden, but it's right there. It's always been there. It's always been there. And trust me, as I say this to you, I'm saying it to myself too. I still get scared. I still get scared. I have something right now that I'm facing and I'm like, are you sure that I'm supposed to do that? Like, do we have to do it right now? Like, trust me. But I've learned I gotta just step out there and see what happens. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the crown. That the Leo in me is like, yeah. All right, y'all. So I'm about to get off of here. I want you to have a wonderful day. Go back and watch this message. Meditate on the message. Let me know, what came up for you. What is coming up for you? What's coming forth for you? And continue to share. Continue to talk to each other. Commune with one another. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, because I have more messages that I want to give. But for now, we're good. Okay? Love you all. Mwah. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.